back is still jacked up, and the Pacers are like, he's awesome. We want that guy.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
I don't want to live there. I'm going to suck tonight.
That's how I got traded here. Was that summer. It was a 3-team deal. And, because they weren't going to pay Brad Miller. So they had to get value for him, and it was a 3-team deal to make that value happen for the Pacers. And post-contract expiration, it was a 6-year deal. I had 3 years left. That's who Pacers paid me 3 years. And then I was a free agent, and Larry Bird was like, don't let the door hit you in the ass. And so I was getting ready to move back to Kansas, and Cleveland called because, I can't tell the whole story. We don't have time.
Yeah, we've got all the time we want. You're the one who might not have time.
It's actually a really cool story. I give this speech when I'm giving inspirational speeches to people. You never know who you're going to meet, and you've got to treat them all right. I'm in Vegas with my friends on my annual boys trip, which I used to take. I don't take those anymore. But I'm out there gambling by myself because the table wasn't going well, and I'm playing craps by myself. And this little tiny guy walks up to me. He goes, "Do you mind if I join you?" And I go, "Yeah, man. Craps is fun when there's more people." We start going. He's peppering me with questions about the NBA, and in my head, I'm going, it's summer, I don't want to talk about it. But in person, I'm doing what I always do, is I'm being gracious to this man. I don't know who he is. And we play, we win a couple $1,000s, we crap out, hands me his business card. It's the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Ted Stepien.
Nope.
No.
Dan Gilbert.
Okay.
Yeah, Rocket Mortgage. He owns Detroit.
Yeah, he owns Detroit.
And he owns Cleveland. And a month later, Danny Ferry, who does not like me, and I don't like him, was the GM of the Cavaliers. He calls me and goes, "Hey, we want to have you sign a contract," against his will. I could tell. I could hear it.
Me on this?
I could hear it through his voice. He did not want to sign me. Yeah. And it was from the top down. Dan Gilbert was like, "I want that guy on my team."
Gilbert. Mm-hmm.
And it was because we played craps together and I was nice to him. And so you never know who you're going to be talking to, and that's why I've always had that. I'm glad I learned that lesson young, and that's always carried me through life. But then I became a Cleveland Cavalier. Then I became a Boston Celtic after I said, nope, 10 years was my goal. When I was in 4th grade, I wrote a letter to myself. I'm playing 10 years in the NBA, and I'm done. And Boston said, hey, come help us win a championship. I was like, you just can't afford anybody else. I qualify for the veterans exception. You only have to pay me half, and I only count against the cap half. You spend all your money on the big three. And they're like, yeah, but we still want you. And my Kansas for a year, didn't work out, came back here, and still kept the places in Kansas because I was hoping to get back there one day. And then I ended up getting divorced here. So been raising kids in Carmel. No one in the world can argue that. It is probably the greatest place in America to raise children. Financially, education, public education is off the charts. It's safe. We live in the safest neighborhood in the safest city in the whole state. So we have 24-hour security. We have, the amenities of the Village of West Clay. I'm being my wife right now. She's a realtor. If you need a realtor, call Dawn Pollard.
Don Pollard.
We added another sponsor.
She knows the neighborhood.
Her office is in the
Carmel.
Village Estates Realty.
She knows Nashville.
She's ranked 119th in the entire state.
Yes.
She's good.
Now, the Boston Celtics have retired so many numbers. What was your number on your jersey?
117.
12 was taken. 31 was obviously taken. That was my first choice. 31, 35, 42, 16, 12. These are all numbers I was like going down the list, and finally I was like, 66. And they're like, how come you chose?
Taken.
Yeah, 6 was
Bill
taken.
Russell.
Bill Russell. And they're like, how come you chose 66? And I said, well, because they wouldn't let me put a third 6 on my jersey. Yeah, I thought it was really funny. Some people in Boston did not, but yeah, I'm on. There's a list of the greatest players in the NBA history to wear every number. I'm on that list twice because I wore 62 with the Pacers and 66 in Boston. No one else ever wore 66. 31.
31.
It was always 31. My dad's number was 31.
We couldn't play 31 here.
No, yeah, that's why I was 62 here. Because what's his name? Reggie
guy.
Miller, I think, if that rings a bell for you Hoosiers.
So you doubled
He had
it.
that famous sister.
Yeah. The guy had a famous sister. He was known for that, I think, having a famous sister. He always talked about her like she was the stud. Like she scored 100 points.
Yeah.
Cheryl could play.
Pearls of Life.
Yeah.
So you've got an event coming up. Remind our audience what that is and how they can get involved.
Pearls of Life, named after my dad, actually. His name was Pearl. And the Pearls of Life, a little play on the gift of organ donation, is the little pearl that can give life. So that's why they named it that. We got an event coming up. I'm the spokesman for the charity and this event. We're trying to get people to buy tickets. Go to pearlsoflife.org. You can get tickets for the night, live music, auction items. The auction items, we got another new one yesterday. We got another one coming today. Awesome auction items. You're going to really enjoy it. Fun night, great music, 50s, 60s theme. Get a dress up. Dress up 50s, 60s. I am. My wife is. Dave is. Everybody is. Dress up. It'll be fun. Food, drinks on the house once you buy the tickets. Become a sponsor. The Pacers are in. They bought a table. St. Vincent's is going to do something. They haven't committed exactly what they're going to do yet, but St. Vincent's is on board as well. We've got a couple other tables that have been purchased. My wife's company, Village Estates
Prime
Realty.
47.
Prime 47 is the official caterer, so the food's going to be good. Come enjoy a really good evening and hear some cool stories.
And the money is to go.
The money will help spread the awareness for organ donation, as well as partnering with some transplant centers to help families that need to travel for transplant, like my family did. You think, oh, he's got all the money in the world. I don't, and we needed help. A friend of ours started a GoFundMe to help us with some bills because they came up quick. Those travel bills was like, oh, traveling, we're just driving to Nashville or staying in Nashville. Hotels and apartment complex and all those bills piled up. Food, it's not home. And so all those little things piled up, your insurance company says, oh, yeah, we'll take care of some of that. They didn't.
No, they don't. So, well, thank you very much, Scot Pollard, for being our guest.
Thanks for having me.
You've been watching Merritt in the Morning, apparently episode number 48, Jim. So we're going to have to do
Here's
something
to 48
special
more.
Yes, we're going to have to come up with something special for our 50th.
Yeah.
Be thinking about that, because that's only 4 weeks away. Want to thank Cafe Audrey's for being our host. They've got a great crowd here today. We've got a live studio audience, so thank you, Cafe Audrey's at beautiful Fort Harrison. They're open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Also want to thank Stockyards Bank and Trust. Locations at 71st and Binford, downtown, Carmel, Plainfield, Greenwood down at the Emerson and County line right in front of Ale Emporium. In fact, they've got one coming to Center Grove, Stones Crossing. A couple more in the hopper. Mm-hmm. So be watching, but thank you, Stockyards Bank and Trust. Also, thank you to the Honey Baked Ham Company. Locations, Greyhound Pass in Carmel, 96th in Michigan. Mm-hmm. Jim, their specials right now, because we're all trying to be fit after the holidays.
Yes.
Chef salads, veggie sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. And you can stop in there and have lunch.
I wonder how much honey mustard you could put on a salad.
I like honey mustard, and you can eat in there.
Yes,
I have done that before. And if you go into the Carmel or Westfield location, more than likely a cow will wait on you.
Yes, the Calbs own those two locations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
So I believe they open at 10 a.m. and open till 7, so you can have lunch, dinner, whatever you can eat in. They've got all the sides, drinks, everything you want.
It's just not for Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
It's not. Which Easter's coming up. That'll probably be their commercials next
yeah.
time around. But so anyhow, thank you all for watching. We will catch you next time.